From Montgomery to Hill, Greene County and Perry, it's Portia taking on the black belt, and she ain't scared. Marengo County, something county, Will, Cops, and Barbara. Interviewing everybody, sister, brothers, and mamas. It's Portia.
This is going to be a 2-part series, by the way. So this is going to be part 2. How about that?
Okay.
All right. What do you feel about what's going on with the landfill? Can you talk about that?
Yeah.
You know, you have people who feel that the landfill is poisonous to the community, and especially in the Uniontown area. One of the things is the money that the county gets from having the landfill here in the county. Most citizens do not feel that that money is allocated in the area who's holding that particular piece of property. Is that accurate? And if it is accurate, how can someone access some of that money? And if it's not accurate, exactly where does that money go?
That money comes to the general fund of the county, but it's not as much money as it was when we first started out.
Okay.
It's not nearly the amount of money that it was when they were hauling the ash in there. Right now, it's just a local landfill, per se, and they're taking household garbage and other materials in. They are steadily trying to get other business to come in that will increase that money. But Uniontown, when we first got the big pile of money, the city of Uniontown owed the state retirement. The city of
They owed
the state retirement system.
Wow.
We had to catch that up for Uniontown. Uniontown owed taxes. We had to catch that up for Uniontown. Uniontown owed banknotes. We had to catch that up for Uniontown. Because my position was that I'd rather for Uniontown to be in existence as a city than to be annexed into the county as an unincorporated area.
Right.
So I would have to be worried about the garbage and all of that for the streets and all of that for the city of Uniontown when we really didn't have the revenue to be able to take care of Uniontown adequately. So when we got the coal ash money, we gave Clarence Black was very vocal in making sure that Uniontown got its fair share of money. I was against it. I was against splitting the money between the two cities, the school board, and then the county commission. I said as each project came up, let the county commission debit the money out to make sure that these projects were going to be completed, that the money wouldn't be wasted. So at the end of the day, Uniontown gets $300,000-$400,000, but they owed it all out.
Wow.
So they weren't able to benefit
from the money that they were receiving.
Right, because they owed all that money out, so there was nothing that the citizens could see. I'm fighting right now with the county commission about a weather center here where people a shelter, where we can have a community shelter. That money has been set aside for the county for years, but commissions, because it's in my district, commissioners are trying to want to act like they want to move it and doing all this and that, and we was on the verge of losing that money, and the county would have had to pay that money back that we've got some of the money already.
Wow.
But it's not, people in elected office, they don't have the people at heart.
Yeah.
It's all, it's all about, it's all about personalities. Yep. It's all about who I like and who I don't like. It's nothing about what the people need and can I satisfy the needs of the people
that you represent.
Absolutely. And if everybody came to the table with that desire to serve the people that you asked to vote for you, then it's not a popularity contest for me. It's people that don't like me for whatever reason.
Right.
But that doesn't stop me from wanting to serve those people. If it's something that they deserve, something that they want. I take a prime example. I was at the football game in New Orleans. When it was flooding rain. The constituent called me.
Hold up. Go back to that part, that Noah. said that you was in the flood and rain, and what happened?
I was in New Orleans at the football game, and a constituent called me on their telephone. This is their phone. This is not my phone.
Yeah.
They pay for it. I had to answer this call. They sent me a text and pictures that their front yard had flooded because the ditches were filled. I called the engineer and said, in the morning, rain or shine, I need y'all out to open up these ditches so this lady's house won't flood. Well, I would have been crazy to go out there in 4 years when it was my time to run again and say, vote for me.
Right.
When it was something that I could have done and didn't do it.
Right.
You have to let your elected officials know some things. But some things, once you've been told about them, you got to make sure that you can put.
Well, what do you say to people that I'm listening to what you're saying? But what do you say to people who say or think that is you the reason why Uniontown is not getting the things that you're doing for your area here in Marion?
Well, the people of Uniontown know that's not true. You got politicians that will go around and because of their failure. They want to blame someone. It's easy to blame somebody else. And over years of even when my father was in office and Mayor Hayden was in office, they had this Albert Turner thing in Union, so they're carrying that on. But people in Uniontown know that if it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't even been nowhere on the sewage project. If it hadn't been for me, you know, it's a lot of things at the school in Uniontown wouldn't have been done. I have always tried to look at, even now, you don't, you know, your own commissioner, who's the chair of the commission, is advocating for you all not to have the same services as Marion. I got to be the advocate along with Commissioner Hudson, who's from Uniontown, to get you ambulance service.
Right, I was going to bring that up.
The ambulance service for Uniontown is only 12 hours.
Right. After
the ambulance service in 10 hours. I'm sorry,
right.
It's only 10 hours. The ambulance service in Marion is 24 hours.
But I thought that Marion has ambulance service.
Well, Uniontown is supposed to have 10 hours of it, but the county is paying for all of it. So my thing was, why don't we do what we were doing before?
Right.
We were rotating under Mr. Flowers. You spend X number out. Under Mr. Flowers initially, we had 24 hours in both areas.
Right.
When we cut back because of money,
right,
we've rotated 24 hours, 2 or 3 days in Uniontown, 24 hours, 2 or 3 days in Marion.
Is that the reason? Money was the reason why the Perry County Hospital closed as well?
Well, Perry County Hospital closed because of the hospital services.
Okay.
Rural hospitals are just hard to keep
up, right.
But
the Moppers is going through it now.
They turned it over to a nursing home.
Okay.
And that's what the Perry County Hospital
went
now
through.
is.
Okay.
Perry County Nursing Home.
So the ambulance service is split between Uniontown and Marion, but Marion has the most time simply because of
the county commission voted for them to get that money.
That's crazy.
You had Miller, Sanderson, and Harrison, the two whites, and Miller voted to enter into a contract for 10 hours in Uniontown, 24 hours in Marion.
Oh, wow.
I put on the table a motion that we rotated so both areas would have 24 hours at some period of time during the week.
Right.
And they said no. Those three said no, and they outvoted me and Hudson. So then he comes back the next week. I'm going to look into cutting some other money to bring 24 hours service in Uniontown.
When it could have been avoided with the vote before.
You didn't have to cut no money.
At all.
You could have rotated the service. Amount of money, more people would have been served. I made the motion to give money to the seniors in Uniontown for
Cahaba Center.
Not the Cahaba Center, but the adult daycare center.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That got voted down. I made the motion to expand that ambulance service, so you'll need but 3 votes. Hudson was willing to vote. I was willing to vote to make it where it be equitable on both ends, but we fell short. So when people talk about it's me, it's not me. You need to take a closer look at who's representing you or who's not representing you from the Uniontown area.
Which explain why you've been in office 16 years. Would your district feel satisfied that you're doing the job in which you're doing? Tell us about your spot, the Commissioner Pit.
Well, it's a barbecue restaurant in downtown Marion, 110 Green Street, right on the side of the courthouse. We serve the best barbecue in Alabama. We just ask you all to come and support the local business here. Our phone number is 334-292-5463. You can call ahead and have your order waiting on you, or you can come and dine in. And we are going to be having some special nights, so stay tuned to the Facebook and internet to see when you can come and join us at the bar upstairs. We have a full bar upstairs. We have dining downstairs. So I think it's a great opportunity for you to come and get some delicious barbecue, get some delicious wings, ribs just fall off the bone, chicken, Polish sausage, hamburgers. We have the best Big John's hamburger in this side of Alabama, and this place is owned by Commissioner John Morton, who's a commissioner in Wilcox County, Senator Bobby Singleton out of Greensboro, and myself. We three partnering up here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Working together to try to bring economic development in Black Belt of Alabama.
I want to go into recent events, if that's okay. You have Jeff Sessions, who just had his hearing on my dad's birthday, actually January 10th, nomination for Attorney General. I saw the CNN special. And I also read the AL.com article where you are, people are saying that you're coming out in favor of him, but let's clear that up. Are you in favor of Jeff Sessions being Attorney General? And then the other part of that question is, why?
If not Jeff Sessions, who? What Republican that Donald Trump can appoint that will wave the flag for civil rights and voting rights like I would or other civil rights individuals would? You don't have one.
Okay.
What Republican that Donald Trump would appoint that is from Alabama, that has worked with Alabamians, that has represented Alabamians, is not one. My support, my support for Jeff Sessions comes as a result of a question.
Okay.
The question was, do I think Jeff Sessions is a racist because of the prosecution of my family?
Right.
And I said no, because Jeff Sessions had not zero, but almost zero to do with the prosecution of my family. Jeff Sessions never came to Perry County. Jeff Sessions did not call the FBI. Jeff Sessions did not find witnesses in Marion area to go to Mobile and testify before a grand jury. All that was done by the local DA, Roy Johnson.
Okay.
And Roy Johnson's investigators 2 years prior tried to get Jeff Sessions to launch an investigation against my father, and Jeff Sessions said no, because there was no evidence. Roy Johnson then took that call and got some more blacks who were against my father and against our organization, and they concocted this thing. Another political elected black official then signed and wrote letters to the Justice Department in Washington, not to Mobile, but they wrote to the Justice Department in Washington asking them to come in, and they had affidavits, they had witnesses that was willing to testify that they had in fact got their ballots, changed them against their will.
Wow.
The Justice Department then dispatched the case to the Southern District, which Jeff Sessions headed. Jeff Sessions wasn't in the courtroom asking no questions or prosecuting my family.
Who was?
It was Ed Rollison, who was an assistant U.S. attorney, who was in charge of the case, who was in charge of the grand jury. When a prosecutor receives a true bill from a grand jury, if I was a victim, or if you were a victim, and the grand jury came back with a bill on someone who had perpetrated a crime against me or violated my rights, I would want that prosecutor to take that case to court and to try to get a conviction. That's his job.
Right.
And that's what I said, that Jeff Sessions did his job. Did I like the fact that my parents were on trial? No. Am I trying to convince my mother or anybody else to support Jeff Sessions' nomination? No. It was based on my knowledge of the case, my knowledge of how this case was even brought to trial, and the fact that it was black people
That
who went to Mobile in this grand jury. They could have stopped it there.
But they wanted to go further for whatever.
But they went further, and they told it in the courtroom.
Wow.
Why they had to say what they said. And that's why the jury came back in less than 2 hours. Because when your grand jury witnesses get on the stand in the real trial, and break down and tell you in the courtroom that I'm sorry, Mr. Turner. I'm sorry, they had me. They were making me. Who was the they? Roy Johnson. And I could call the other 3 men.
Yes, sir, I understand. But what do you say to people who say this man got to be crazy to go against his mama? Is it? Do you really? But you're not. Do you?
I'm not going against.
After listening to you, then it doesn't seem as if you were going against your mom.
No, I'm
but the way the story was brought out, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to sit down and have a discussion with you, it would seem that way.
No, my mother has a right. She's earned
She went through it.
She's earned the right. Now,
Right.
What we did do, we had to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I was out speaking all across the country, helping raise the money. I was a junior at Miles College when this was going on.
Oh wow.
And you had to, the one thing that can rouse people up is race.
Yes, sir.
And we had to develop a strategy to get people involved in this case, get people emotionally aroused. And the only way that you're going to get black people emotionally aroused is through race. You have to create a racial situation. And when you do that, you had to find a boogeyman. And a man named Jefferson Beauregard Sessions, a southern name, who had a southern drawl, was the ideal person to paint him as the devil. That was wrong. I admit it was wrong. We shouldn't have done that. We didn't have to do that. We felt to get the compassion of the country support so that we could take on the United States government.
And you did.
But the evidence was clear. God allowed that woman, 80-year-old lady, to get up on that stand and just purge herself. I'm sure when she got up that morning, he hadn't touched her yet.
Yeah.
Because she came down there, and when she came in the courtroom, she walked past us and didn't even look at us.
Wow.
But when she got up on that stand, God touched that lady and told her to tell the truth.
And she did.
And she did. And from this day, I was able to forgive them for what they did. I could forgive Jeff Sessions for whatever part he played in this. I don't have any malice.
All right. Thank you so much, Commissioner, for taking the time. On this balcony, you guys got to visit his spot again, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. See you next week. Bye-bye.
This is another Too Cool production.